Hello everybody and welcome back to World of Warship Blitz for another video. In this video we are taking out the Tier 5 Premium Russian battleship. I'm going to call it the October Revolution. Its exact name is, I assume, the Russian spelling of October Revolution. Earlier in the week I played the Imperator Nikolai I, and the October Revolution looks very, very similar. The gun placement looks similar, the performance characteristics are similar, and I suspect it is the same ship, but it is the same ship updated after the Communist Party took power. And the reason for that is that the ship's construction date is 1914, which is obviously before the Communists took power, which would be I think the October Revolution was in 1917. So now in World of Warships for PC there is also something called the Peter Valicky, which looks very much like this as well, and I wonder if these are all the same ship just in different stages. So that goes to show how much research I do around these ships, is that I guess from their performance characteristics and how they look, what they are. Anyway, this ship, I'm just turning to the right slightly so that I don't want to drift too far off to the left, but the guns in the ship, and as you can see, the turret rotation is shocking. So if I had managed to get those shots off a bit earlier, I would have done a lot more damage than just 4 hits out of 12. But yeah, as you can see, the Imperator Nikolai, which is the Tier 4 Russian battleship, has incredibly slow performance. Its turrets, its turning, and as you can see, this seems to be a theme for Russian ships. So what I'm going to do here is, well, you'd hope that I wasn't going to try and target a destroyer, but I do. Let's see how that turns out. We don't watch it go. We get one hit. That was probably a waste, actually. We have HE loaded, and what we're trying to do here is just move out of the way of these, just not present so much broadside. It does have secondaries, reasonable. Well, actually, the Imperator Nikolai has better secondaries, way better secondaries. It has 10 of them. Okay then, so that looks like it. We'll see if we can get some hits on them that way. I really should be going for the battleships rather than the destroyers, but the destroyers just seem to be a little bit too persistent for my liking. So, and what I'm doing is I'm trying to turn the whole ship. There's no point shooting at him, but there is a point shooting at him. He's obviously going to strike a piece of land there. Is he? Or is he just going to... there we go, 6 hits. Takes a while for the shells to get anywhere. Or maybe I'm just out of practice, I don't know. Okay, so basically we're just trying to shoot stuff up without getting murdered, basically. That emerald is a good target for us. So I'm still on HE. I switched to AP because the targets that are left are there's 1 destroyer and 2 battleships. I need to stop targeting destroyers. We've got 3 destroyers out there. So I don't think I can claim to be contributing too much to the battle. I've done a lot of tanking in the form of being a very priority target for the enemy, and my health is showing it. Oh, we got a nice critical. So a bit short, only 4 hits, but that critical is definitely, well, 3 hits. But that critical made up for it. And now we're trying to just deal with these final ships. Now it has a 22-second reload time. So yeah, everything about the ship is just slow. So you need to plan ahead. Now I'm a bit of a an in-your-face player, so what that means is that it's not the ideal ship performance and ship characteristics for me. But that's not to say that you may prefer the hard-hitting, sort of reasonably long-range guns. It sort of reminds me a little bit of a Tier 5 Fuso, not quite the same as a Fuso with its 12 guns, but well, and 6 turrets, but it still has 12 guns, so yeah, maybe it is, best way of describing it is a little bit like a tier 5 Fuso. But it does mean that you've got to plan your moves ahead, and you definitely, you know, in this game you could see that I was not keen on being too close to the front line, because if I had been targeted close in by a destroyer, there is nothing I could have done, really seriously nothing. Not with the turning performance of those turrets. So, rather a specialised ship, quite tough, and as you can see it took a hell of a beating in that game. So we came middle of the pack, but 29,000, mostly late game points, and if I'd been better and more prioritised my targets, that could have been a lot better. Yeah, I could have easily bet that 35,000. 38 main battery hits, 1 critical, 1 destroyed, 1 fire, presumably started by the main guns. And let's have a look at the stats for this. So as I said, built in 1914, so it can't really be the October Revolution, it's a repurposed hull. 34,700 hit points, which is, well, it's a battleship. 23 knots, 23.3, not bad for tier 5, considering it's no Congo, but then again it's no New York either. 12 main guns, 22-second reload time, 12-kilometre range, 10% fire chance. So I didn't get as many fires as I'd hoped. So I was well below the odds, but still. Turret traverse speed 4.8 degrees per second, and you feel it. It has 10 120mm secondary guns. It's sort of around about 300, 250-ish hit points, 2% fire chance. It's got some AA at all, which is good, and 11-kilometre detection range, but it's a battleship, so what do you expect? Between the two, definitely would be going for the main battery. Traverse speed, anything to boost that main battery traverse. Anyway, that's the October Revolution. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time.